Scott,
Wait.
for managing that. All right, good morning. I'm Charlene Baumsteiger, Marin County Realtor, and thank you for coming today to our real estate, home, and lifestyle power team presentation. You're going to hear from 5 of our members today as we each share what we do and how we work together. Next slide, please. Pete O'Keefe is our go-to insurance agent. And unfortunately, Pete is under the weather today. And if he was feeling well, he would definitely be part of this presentation. So I wanted to make sure that you all know that all of us in this chapter can share stories of how well Pete takes care of us and our clients and their insurance needs. Next slide, please. Our real estate, home, and lifestyle power team meets once a month on Zoom to check in with each other and see how we can support each other with leads and referrals. We're each going to share what we do and show you some examples of work that we have done together. In our chapter, we have 2 other power teams, the finance power team and the health and wellness power team. There are currently openings in each of these teams if you or someone you know would benefit from having more referrals sent their way on a regular basis. I get to introduce Bob Bednarz to you. Any real estate discussion has to begin with the money. If you are interested in buying or selling a home, you have to have a solid grasp of what makes the best financial sense for you and your personal situation. I begin any real estate discussion by introducing potential clients to my favorite mortgage broker, Bob Bednarz with Guarantee Mortgage. Bob and I have worked together now for years, and I have numerous success stories of how he has successfully helped my clients close escrow on their homes or refinance their existing homes. Who your mortgage broker is just as important as any other part of an offer on a home. Do you want to buy a home? Step 1. Who's your lender? You must be pre-approved for a loan before you begin seriously looking at homes. And Bob is your go-to money guy. He is also known as your lender for life. So introducing Bob Bednarz.
Thank you, Charlene. That's really sweet. As mentioned, I'm Bob Bednarz, residential mortgage lender with Guarantee Mortgage. This is my 30th anniversary as a loan advisor this year, so I'm really excited about that. And I'm going to explain how mortgage financing enhances the homeownership experience. And the easiest way to explain it is how it worked for me as a borrower. So when I started looking to buy a home in 2002, I had a 5% down payment saved up to buy an $800,000 home. In addition to an 80% first mortgage, I was going to use a home equity line of credit placed against the home for the missing 15% of what would normally be a 20% down payment. The market was similar to this one we have right now. 7 offers later, after getting outbid time and again, I got an offer accepted and bought my home 1 year later in 2003. Persistence is key. By this time, I was able to save up enough for a full 20% down payment, but I still wanted a home equity line of credit called a HELOC. They come in handy for home improvements and remodeling jobs. So after I closed escrow when I bought the home, I got an $80,000 HELOC, which again is a line of credit placed against my home. Over the years, I've used it for home improvement projects like remodeling our kitchen and replacing the exterior siding on our home. I've drawn on it, paid it down to a zero balance several times, never once touching any of my savings and keeping my first mortgage intact. It's like a tax-deductible credit card. A HELOC or a cash-out refinance is an excellent idea for current homeowners to finance home improvement projects of their own. Kim Pace from Fresh Cone Painting and Rowena Finnegan from Ecoteric Design will show us some excellent ideas on how to use the proceeds from those loans, like these that I've been talking about, to enhance our living environment and increase the value of our homes. And don't let the recent rise in mortgage rates discourage you from achieving your home ownership goals. Mortgage rates do not dampen the desire to own a home. It's ingrained in all of us as the American dream. Rates go up and they go down. They are never static. Whatever the mortgage rate cycle we are in, mortgage financing impacts lives and families in a positive way. Now, I'm happy to turn it back over to Charlene Baumsteiger Over the last decade, Charlotte and I have worked together with some very satisfied buyers who bought and created their dream homes. So Charlene, once we have financing in place, how do we make homeownership a reality?
Thank you, Bob. Well, it takes a solid strategy to successfully buy or sell a home in Marin. This is actually true across the country and around the world, but a solid strategy is especially important in our competitive Marin County market. Next slide, please. I have a thorough professional marketing plan that involves everything from property inspections to professional photography. Every detail is important in how we present a home to the market. For example, the seller needs to disclose everything, as that protects them from future lawsuits, and the buyers need to know what they're buying. Every home has something wrong with it, and every buyer should read those disclosures before you sign your offer. My passion is for helping families in transition. Buying or selling a home is stressful, and you need an advocate who will help you through the process. Next slide, please. The bottom line is that I love what I do, and I'm here to help. Whoops, back one. Keep going back, please. I love what I do, and I'm here to help. I'm grateful that I have my BNI partners and chapter members as we can advocate for each other. Kim Pace is somebody who I'm very happy to refer to, because once a person has decided to sell their home, we create a to-do list of recommended items. At the very top of that list is fresh paint on the inside and the outside of the home. It's not just about making the home look pretty. Paint is actually an important part of home maintenance. It helps to seal up all of those areas where water and bugs can enter a home. And it is the most affordable way to transform a home. Fortunately for us, Kim Pace, who is the owner of Fresh Coat Painters of Marin, is a member of this BNI chapter and our power team. Kim is my #1 painter and my first contact when anyone I know needs painting. She has painted my own house and the houses of many of my clients. I find her to be professional, responsible, reliable, and surprisingly affordable. And that's a rare combination in a service provider who can meet all of those goals. So introducing Kim Pace, owner of Fresh Coat Painters of Marin.
Thank you, Charlene. Thanks to this team, and again, thanks to BNI. I joined BNI only a year and a half ago, and again, one of my very first projects within the BNI chapter was for Charlene for her own house. Charlene, do you have a slide for your house?
Next slide, please.
Next slide. So this is the before, and again, Charlene has a gorgeous craftsman home in Fairfax. It's over 100 years old, again, very detailed, very intricate. And as Charlene was saying, it's really important, again, not only just painting to beautify and change color and again, transform the look of your house, but for maintenance. So when you're working with shingles and shakes on an older home, again, very important to keep it coated and protected from sun, from rain, from moisture and everything else. So next slide. We worked extensively with Charlene on colors and again, just, modifying some of the colors and working with different gradations until we got the color exactly how she wanted. Next slide. And this was the final product. Again, I know it's a little bit hard to see with some of the trees, but again, just this really beautiful light green that helped to freshen up all of the elements and again, really helped all the details of the architecture stand out. So, again, working with Charlene was great, really appreciated her trust in us. And then with that, she has presented us to her clients. So, when working with Charlene, she really, really protects her clients. And again, knowing that they're not wanting to spend before they list their home, but also she truly understands the value of some of the enhancements that are needed to add to that value of the home. And with painting, research shows that you make at least 100% of your return on investment if you paint. Next slide, please. This was one of Charlene's listings in Novato. And again, this is, the kitchen to the left before and the kitchen to the left after. The only enhancements of this home were the flooring and the painting, and it just transformed the entire condo. Another key element to this listing was Susanna and her energy work, which I'll let her speak to as well. But again, I think, with all of our services combined, again, really helped to enhance the value of this property for Charlene. Next slide, please. This was the same condo. Again, you can see the fireplace and the removal of the flooring on the left. And then we painted the fireplace, painted the stairwell, and just brightened up the entire space. So a big transformation for this home. Next slide, please. This is a listing in San Rafael. This was just a couple months ago. Again, they had this outdoor space that just really wasn't utilized very well. So we painted the floor as well as the upper trellis work, and also the storage area, just that one part of the exterior wall to make it look more like an outdoor living area, and also painted the entire inside. Next slide, please. Again, this is just a before and after, and the two enhancements here were painting and staging. So again, Charlene just works really well with her clients' budgets and making sure that, we really identify step by step on the nice to have versus the must have, like what's really going to make a difference. And we just focus on that. And she has some great statistics for the offers before the painting and before the staging versus the true sales price. And again, Susanna Delman also was involved in the energy clearing of the space as well. So again, we love working with Charlene, and again, a thank you for closed business that I can say that since I've joined BNI, I think just direct to Charlene has probably been over $60,000. And with all of her referrals to the other realtors in Marin and to our other clients, again, I'd say that's probably well over $100,000. So again, I truly value my partnership with Charlene and with everyone in this chapter. So thank you.
Thank you, Kim. So now I get to introduce Susanna Delman of Essential Clearing. And here are some photos of her at work at some of my listings. And the key to understanding what Susanna does is that we don't have to understand what Susanna does. She has given us permission to not understand what she does, and that works for me. She will tell you more in a moment, but I'm going to put it in my layman's terms, is that have you ever noticed how you feel when you're entering a home or an office? Have you ever walked in a door and then felt like you wanted to turn around and leave? Well, Susanna works on that. She clears out the negative energy. Or another way to look at it is that she clears the past history of a home or office. I hire Susanna to clear all of my listings, and she has dealt with some doozies. There's been family disputes, there's been drug addictions, deaths in the property. There's been some pretty heavy things. And in the end, the most consistent comment that I receive at open houses is people walk in and they say, "Oh, it feels so good in here." So introducing Susanna with Essential Clearing.
Thank you so much for that lovely introduction, Charlene, and also Kim. I really appreciate it. Yeah, you don't need to understand what I do, and what I do is really help everybody feel better and also help the place feel better. We've all had that experience of walking into a sad house and just having a feeling that it's a sad house. And if you haven't, you've walked into a church or you've walked into a synagogue and you've had that uplifting feeling. And that's my goal for all of the properties, is to help them have that uplifting feeling. Specifically because Kim brought up that old listing that we did last year, the year before, that condo was inhabited by a bunch of unhappy people for years, and one could feel that in that place. And there were parts of the place that felt worse than others, maybe not to you, but definitely to me. And then the listing did really well, and happy people live there now. The picture on the screen right now is a similar situation where the place just felt really chaotic. When you walked in, it felt old and crotchety. And it had had, you know, a lot of issues there. And so what I do is help a place feel better, help people feel better in a place. And I'm so grateful to work with people like Charlene who understand that they don't understand, and that's just fine. It works. And if you want, we can talk about it some more. Susanna from Essential Clearing. Thank you so much.
So after someone has purchased a home, sometimes the furniture from their old house just isn't a good fit. And I'm always delighted to introduce my clients to Rowena Finnegan. Rowena is delightful. She owns a store in Sausalito called Ecoteric. She specializes in healthy home furnishings and interior design. She offers everything from window blinds, window coverings, carpeting, mattresses, couches, tables, other furnishings. If you want to know more about how to create a healthy home, beginning with your furnishings, give Rowena a call and visit her showroom. She is a wealth of information. And something to keep in mind is that chronic stuffy nose that you have, it might just be your mattress or your couch. Introducing Rowena Finnegan, owner of Ecoteric in Sausalito.
Thank you so much, Charlene, for that lovely introduction. Excuse me, the dictionary defines organic as relating to or derived from living organisms. Simple, healthful, close to nature, relating to or affecting organs or an organ of the body. We all come to understand and appreciate these terms when relating to food and medicine, but the same principles and awareness are rarely placed on the furnishings that we fill our homes with. The beds we sleep on and the sofas that our children play on are commonly made with chemicals and materials that are harmful to our health and the ecosystem. So now that you've bought your new home, given it a beautiful new coat of paint and cleared the energy, why would you fill it with anything but the healthiest furnishings? Whether you're looking for a new sofa, window coverings, bedroom furniture, mattresses and bed coverings, rugs, carpets or hardwood flooring, or maybe you have a new home office to furnish, we're here to help. When it comes to the cost of healthy versus conventional furniture, yes, most of the time you will pay a bit more, but it is in general a much better quality and will last longer than its unhealthy counterparts. And anyway, what price do you put on your health? Our goal at Ecoteric is to source furniture that's made from only the finest organic and sustainable sources and is free of pesticides and chemicals. And don't forget, if something's been around for a while and it's beginning to show some wear and tear, please consider replacing it with a healthy alternative. If you don't know what that means, you know where we are. We'll be so happy to answer any questions, and don't be shy. Most people have no idea what constitutes a healthy, or for that matter, an unhealthy piece of furniture. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll look forward to hearing from you soon. Rowena from Ecoteric, natural beauty for healthy homes.
Thank you, Rowena. Next slide, please. This is the contact information for all of the people who have presented today. So take a screenshot. We can, contact us. You can also reach us through BNI N54. It's our website for our chapter. And I thank you for attending today. Please reach out if any of us can be of service to you. And I do want to mention that we have another power team in our chapter that I did not mention. We have a marketing power team. So there's lots of ways of staying in touch, and BNI is just one of the many ways that we all help each other to be successful. Thank you very much. And next slide, please. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, everybody. I think you all got a good idea of what we all do and how we work with you.
Nope, we're still on the presentation slide.
Huh, okay, I'm gonna stop the share. And I'm going to resume the share. Sorry about that. When I stopped the, oh, I didn't